What is going on, beautiful folks? Lee Hammock, your favorite self-aware narcissist here. Today, I'm going to show you a video from a creator named Netta Speaks. She's talking about why she decided to stay with her narcissistic ex when she was with him. She's no longer with him, but why she decided to stay with him for longer than what she thought was right. I'm going to show you her video and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it.
I stayed in a relationship with my ex-husband because I thought that he could potentially become the person overnight, I guess, magically evolve into the person that I wanted him to be. And then the next girl would benefit off of, all of my hard work. If you really have to let go what could be that hope for change. Like, we'd be hoping that they change. We were hoping that finally they're going to be able to see the benefit that we provide, the value in us. I think that really speaks to us needing that validation. And we really have to learn how to validate ourselves and not need outside or external validation. Once we begin to validate ourselves, anything on the outside is just a bonus. Learning to validate ourselves is what's important. Letting go of that hope. They are not going to change. Hope for yourself to change. Keep that hope, keep that faith, but have it for yourself. Like, stop expending all of your energy to someone else. Like, stop giving them all of your energy and nurturing them and just putting it all on the outside of yourself. Like, learn to give it back to you. Literally hope that you have the ability to change and, the courage to change, the ability and the courage to walk away. We really have to stay rooted in the truth. And the truth is what we're experiencing right here today. So
boom. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Yeah. So her name is Netta Speaks. I'm going to put her video, her tag, and everything in the description so y'all can see it. Y'all can find her. Great creator. Make some skits. She does a lot of good work. But yeah, her story, it probably sounds similar to a lot of people's story, right? So it probably sounds similar to the same things that so many people have said as to why they decided to stay with a toxic narcissistic person. Why, even after they've been through the abuse, even after they survived and thrived and went through it and whatnot, why it was so difficult for them to leave. Sometimes, y'all, let's be real. There's a lot of times out there what a narcissist or a toxic person or whatever will give you hope that they're going to change, right? They will absolutely give you hope that they're going to change their behaviors and then and convince you, like what might have worked on her. They will convince you that you're going to miss out on something. Like, if you are to leave, you're going to leave me right now, you're going to miss out on me, right? If you're going to disappear on me right now, if you're going to walk away from the relationship, whatever the situation may be, whatever you want to call it, if you're going to leave me, you're going to miss out on the best version of me. You're going to miss out on me becoming who you thought I was in the beginning of the relationship. You're going to miss out on so many different things that you're going to be mad as hell when you do it. You'll be pissed off at yourself that you decided to pick you or choose you or whatever the case may be. You're going to be furious at yourself because you left me. And you're going to watch me be the man or woman or person that you thought I was, to be the one that you wanted me to be. You're going to have to watch me be that for someone else. And yet, yes, y'all, that works. Believe how would that work? It works on a lot of people because it's kind of like narcissistic people burrow into your psyche like a little tick, right? Like a little narcissistic tick. What's a burrowing insect? Like a mole, like a little narcissistic mole. They go into the dirt and they just dig. They just dig. They make their homes underground. They're going to burrow themselves into your life. And it's going to be very, very difficult to get them out of there when and if you decide to remove yourself from the relationship space, right? But this happens. This is one of the things that consistently happens to so many people, right? This is one of the things that a lot of people that you will consistently face when you're dealing with an abusive manipulator. This is just the truth of the matter right here, y'all. This is not me trying to make anything up, trying to grandstand or something like that. This is what or who you're going to be facing. It just absolutely is. Narcissistic people don't want to see you doing better without them, but they try to convince you that they're going to be doing better without you. Like, it's something about you that you need to change. They'll keep you guessing, keep you moving back and forth and trying to keep you thinking that there's something about you that has to change. I'm treating you this way because it's something about you. There's something that you have done or something that you are doing that is making me behave this way. There's something that you have taken away from me that is making me treat you this way. And does that work? Yeah, it does. Let's be real. It does work, because narcissistic people are very, very good at convincing you that you are the problem. They convince you that you are the problem, no matter what you have done, no matter what, even if you've done anything at all. You might not have done anything. They just try to convince you that you're being the problem. And so you have this fear that if you don't change something about yourself, that this person that you see potentially, and the person that would maybe have treated you better before, the person you might have kids with, is going to take that love, take that potential, and become whoever they need to be with the next person. They're going to become this great version of themselves. So that's what Netta was saying. She's like, you, in order to leave, in order to stay away, you have to convince yourself and be real with yourself that, hey, look, this is who they're going to be. They're not going to change their behaviors no matter what I do, no matter what I say. This is who they are. At their core, this is who they are. Their behaviors are not going to change. And if they do, y'all, if they do, you're moved past it. Even if their behaviors down the road do change some way, shape, or form, you've moved past it. They were not the person that you wanted them to be. So you've moved past it regardless of who they become later on. You don't want them back. So you have to look, y'all, it's like cross that bridge when you come to it, right? And so many people are trying to cross the bridge right now. What will happen in the future? What if I do leave and they get better? What if you don't? What if you stay and they don't get better, and you spend more years upon years dealing with this toxic narcissistic person trying to make sense of everything? Years upon years of your youth, or what you might consider the prime of your life, trying to get this person to change their behaviors, or trying to get this person to see you for who you actually are. You know, because sometimes, let's be real, you see them for who you see them, not for who they are, but for who you want them to be, right? And they see you as who they are, as you are. You know what I'm saying? But they try to convince you otherwise. This is so important when you're trying to leave an abusive, manipulative narcissist, to understand that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, that this is going to be them. At the end of the day, this is absolutely going to be them. They're going to be themselves, right? They're going to be whoever they need to be to survive you, right? And then they're going to leave you. And then, at the beginning of a new relationship, they're going to treat the next person good. How else would you get this person to be with you, right? Are there some people out there who need some mental health help, right? That would take a narcissist in even if they're being abusive. Yes, there are some people out there who would fall into that category where they would absolutely take the narcissist as is. Take them in their abusive character, and take them as the abuser that they are. There's a lot of people who would absolutely do that, right? And this is not me trying to make it seem like it's okay that this happened. Hell no, it's not okay. It's absolutely not okay. It's not fine. But you have to get past that point right there where you're thinking that this person is going to get better. They're going to treat the next person better. I'm going to miss out on the best thing that ever happened to me. That's them talking. When you start talking like that, that's not even you talking. That's the narcissist talking through you. Like the Wizard of Oz talking through, usually the old Wizard of Oz, when the old wizard was talking through the floating head. That's what it looks like right there. Or Zordon from the damn Power Rangers. That's what it looks like right there. They are not talking. That is not your voice saying that. That's their voice planted deep into your mind that is regurgitating their own talking points, right? It's just like real life. You see, like especially in America, in the political spectrum, people don't have genuine, authentic thoughts. They're just regurgitating the stupid shit that they hear on TV or whatever, and they sound and look stupid, right? You know what I mean? It's just, there's no genuine authenticity. So it's in the toxic relationship, just like a lot of people are in toxic relationships with politicians or a political party in America, you don't, like I said, you're not speaking for yourself. You're speaking for them. You're sacrificing yourself for what you think is the greater good, but it's not the greater good, right? You think it's the greater good. So you start making it, in order to keep this person around, in order to stay in this party, you change yourself. You change your morals. Your moral compass starts to go off kilter. You ever seen a compass, a real compass? start to turn and twist, when it's got a magnet on it, that's how it is in a toxic relationship with your partner or a politician or a political party. Your moral compass is spinning around because you don't know who the hell you are anymore, right? And you get to that point where you're sacrificing yourself, your character, your friends, your family to keep this person around. And it's crazy. You have to twist in order to stay in these toxic relationships sometimes, because you're definitely unhappy, right? You're unhappy in a toxic relationship. That's why you're watching this video. So when you're doing that, when you're dealing with it right here, y'all, you have to understand that you're going to make yourself, you're going to feel silly for believing the stuff that they say. You're going to lose family, friends, and you're going to feel bad for cutting people off to keep this person in your life. You're going to feel horrible. That's how toxic relationships work. That's how isolation works. They want to cut you off from everybody else, so the only voice that you hear is theirs. So many people are losing. This is in political space, real life relationship, toxic relationships. So many people are losing their communities, losing their support groups in servitude of an abuser, of abusive people. It's wild to see, right? It really is crazy. So it's just if you're trying to leave a toxic relationship, I just posted a video earlier today on YouTube about how you need that discipline. You need the discipline to not look at their social media. You need the discipline to understand and to see them. I was gonna say him, but y'all know women can be narcissists. To see them for who they really are, not who you think they are, who they really are. Again, because so many people get caught up in who you think they are. This is them. This is really them. This is really who they are. It's not who you see them as. It really is who they are. So it's baby steps in order to keep moving. It's baby steps on the healing journey. Like Netta, the original creator I showed you at the beginning, she's free. She's living her life. She's helping thousands of people on her social media platforms. She's telling her story about dealing with her toxic ex, toxic baby daddy, financial abuse, all this other stuff, him cheating, him lying, all this other stuff that he was doing. But now she sees him for who he is, and she can joke about it. She can make skits about it. You will get to that point right there. You will get to that point. You will get into that space, and you will understand who you're dealing with. And the quicker you understand who you're dealing with, I'm telling you, the faster you will absolutely heal. The quicker you see them for who they really are, the faster you will heal and the better you will feel. So many people are out there battling this person or battling these people and whatnot. It's hard for you to understand what you're going through or what you're experiencing. You're going to win, right? But in order to win, you have to treat yourself better. So many people start to neglect themselves and treat themselves less than, because you're dealing with an abuser and you feel like you have to dim your own light to be around them. If you're ever in a relationship with a narcissist or whoever you're dealing with, right? If you're ever in a relationship with a narcissist or whoever you're dealing with, you don't want to have to dim your own light to make this person shine brighter. That's not how love looks. You don't have to turn yourself down and your dreams down and your goals down to make the person around you feel better. That doesn't make any sense right there. You want to make this person feel better by making yourself feel worse. You're sacrificing yourself for them, and that very rarely works out in the long run for people who are experiencing this toxicity, who are dealing with this toxicity, right? It very rarely works out for you. So as you're healing, as you're moving forward, as you're growing, and as you're glowing, this is part of what you have to understand, okay? Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna cut this thing short. I gotta hop off this thing. My daughter's birthday is today. She's turning 4. Y'all probably watch her grow up on the channel. Subscribe to the channel as her birthday gift. I appreciate y'all, and I'm out. Peace. What's going on, beautiful folks? Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I truly appreciate it. You have no idea. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Y'all, you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. It really does help the channel, y'all. Y'all helps me reach more people as well. Also, I have coaching, my courses, and my support group available at www.mentalhealness.net. Thank you so much. Make sure you stick around, watch another video or two. I appreciate it. I'm out.